Hey everyone! Imagine if feeling better didn't take weeks or months, but just a few hours. Today we are going to take a deep dive into these tiny molecules called peptides. And I know we're hearing a lot about that, but can they be used to help us feel happy again? So we are taking a look at can the future of peptides help depression, clinical depression. Okay, so what if these tiny molecules called peptides could help our brains bounce back from sadness or stress faster than ever before? Today, we are going to explore a super cool area of science, how peptides might help people with depression in the future. So stick with me until the end. I'm going to show you one special peptide that scientists are really excited about, and it might change the way we treat depression someday. Hopefully, there is a lot of hope in this area. So why do we need something new? Right now, the medicines that doctors use for depression, like SSRIs and other antidepressants, they do help a lot of people, but not everyone. Sometimes they take weeks to start working, and sometimes they don't always work. For about 1 out of 3 people, they don't work very well at all. And depression isn't just about one thing like serotonin or dopamine. It's about the whole brain. It's about the energy the brain produces, the inflammation of the brain, the stress of the brain, the oxidative stress, and even the way the brain cells connect. So like I said, it's not just this easy fix for many people. So you also have the side effects. There are side effects that could last your entire life with taking these antidepressant medications. So scientists are hunting for new ideas. They're hunting for treatments that work faster, go deeper, and help the brain heal, not just mask the symptoms. And this is where peptides come in. So what are peptides? Think of them as many little bitty proteins. They're tiny chains made up of building blocks called amino acids. So you can almost kind of picture these building blocks going all through your body made up of these little tiny proteins. They're small enough to move around and send signals all over your body, but they're smart enough to do really specific jobs in the body. Our brains already make up natural peptides that affect our mood. Things like oxytocin, the love molecule, or a neuropeptide Y, which helps us stay calm. Scientists have realized that if we can design new peptides or copy the ones we already have, we might be able to help the brain heal itself. And that is why researchers are super excited, because this might be something that could offer a lot of people hope quickly. Peptides could be the next best leap when it comes to mental health. So let's look at how they might help the brain. Let's break down how these tiny molecules might actually help with depression. They help the brain cells grow new connections. When someone's depressed, their brain can lose some of its flexibility. It's like the wires between brain cells aren't connecting as well. Peptides can help grow new connections and make the brain cells stronger. They also calm brain inflammation. When the brain is inflamed, it doesn't work as well. It's like static on a radio. Some peptides act like peacekeepers, helping cool things down when it comes to the brain. They also will balance stress hormones. Depression often makes the body's stress system go haywire. Peptides can help reset the stress response, kind of like turning a thermostat back to normal. They also will boost energy inside brain cells. Our brain cells use tiny batteries called mitochondria, and some peptides help those batteries recharge, giving the brain more energy to help heal and feel balanced again. So the peptides that scientists are studying right now for this, I want to go over those. The first one that they're studying is called spadin. This one blocks a little gate in brain cells called TREK1, TREK1. When it's blocked, the brain seems to feel happier. In mice, spadin worked within a single day. It worked super fast, so that is super encouraging. Hopefully, they can start testing this on humans once it's ready for that level. The second peptide I want to talk about is neuropeptide Y, NPY. This peptide helps the brain handle stress. In animal studies, it made them calmer and more resilient. The third peptide is CART peptide, and that is C-A-R-T. It is found in parts of the brain that control motivation and mood. And when levels go up, animals act more positive and less stress. The fourth is MOTS-c and other mitochondrial peptides. MOTS-c is really becoming a game changer in the peptide world right now. These help the brain's batteries. It's going to help them run more smoothly, healthy energy, and better mood, and better focus. Scientists obviously are still learning how these might work in people, but early results so far are very promising, you guys. So it's not all easy. There are challenges, and that's what I want to take a look at now. I want you to think about, kind of imagine a peptide, what we talked about, that little chain of those tiny little proteins trying to cross a barrier labeled blood-brain barrier, and then bouncing off of it over and over and over until it finds a tunnel. That is giving you kind of a visual of some of the challenges we are up against. It's not all easy. Peptides have some big challenges. They can break down too quickly in the body. Many can't cross into the brain easily, and they might not last long enough to actually do their job. Scientists are working on ways to fix this. They are working on special sprays that deliver peptides through the nose, or tiny nanoparticles that help them sneak into the brain safely. So what makes a good peptide? What makes it considered medicine? It needs to be able to reach the brain safely. It needs to be able to work fast, ideally within hours or days. It also needs to last long enough to actually help. We also need to make sure that they are safe and that they do not cause weird side effects. They also need to be easy to make and easy to store. If they can do all of that, then we have a new kind of antidepressant someday. So what's next with this? Obviously, there's still clinical trials going on. There's a lot of hope in this area, but right now, most of these peptides are still being tested in labs or early human trials. But over the next few years, you're probably going to hear more and more about them, especially spadin and NPY. Scientists are even imagining peptide combos that could help the brain from multiple angles, heal faster and more completely. So even though peptide medicines aren't quite there yet, there's still a lot that you can do to help your brain, you guys. You can eat real food. That is super important. You can take supplements. You can get out in the sun and get some natural vitamin D. You can get to bed on time. Make sure you're moving your body. Science is catching up fast, and the future is looking bright, better, faster, and safer ways to help people feel better. So peptides might sound tiny, but they could have a huge impact on mental health in the future. If you thought this was cool, hit the like, subscribe, tell me in the comments which peptide sounds most interesting to you, and if you've tried peptides, what kind of results you're seeing.